What's going on, guys? So I know over the past few hours you have seen it. You've seen clips here and there of some of your favorite demon kings getting jumped. Yeah, like it's real. It's not a joke. It's not a game. It's not a rumor. It's true. Um, we were introduced to some good old fashioned anime jumping. Shout out to Solo Leveling for that. But before we get into all of that, guys, welcome to the channel. Uh, I'm your host, Coco Dan, and I'm just going to be giving you my thoughts and my reaction on the latest episode of Solo Leveling. And I would love to know your thoughts as well, in the comment section below. Um, if you like the content, please hit the like button, share with your friends, and subscribe for more. I do recaps and breakdowns of some of my favorite animes this season. Without further ado, let's get into it. So real quick, right off the rip, we start with Jinwoo and finishing off the final demon knight, Essil, which we find out her name is Essil, and hey, it's a new waifu, it's a new baddie in the whole series, and her name is Essil. We get introduced to her early on. She's the daughter of a low-ranking demon noble and a possible waifu by the end of the episode or end of the series for all of those who were into that. But um, we get introduced to her. The whole reaction is funny. She really didn't want the smoke. Um, and I think she didn't really want to harm him. I don't know. I don't think she was that. Maybe the system did not recognize her as a threat because it didn't hit him with what it would usually, the warning sign, like, hey, you got to take this person out. Once it hits you with that, he has to kill. He has to go for the kill. But she didn't get that hit, so either the system did not consider her a threat or whatever. Either way, thankfully he spares her life, and fortunately as well, because we find out that she has hidden some of the permits that are required for him to ascend to the higher floors. Um, so yeah, we got to see that, and we get to see her backstory, and even though she wasn't programmed with the mind of, well, kill all humans, her program by the system was to protect this place. And yeah, that was interesting because we didn't know about that before. Um, we also get to see stuff about the insects from Jeju Island, right? They've been teasing and showing a little bit of them, but now we get to see just how dangerous these insects are, right? We talking about these guys are already catching bodies, and by the time just one of them is dead, it's already taken 300 lives, right? We're talking about 294 casualties, just normal civilians, and then I think 6 hunters. And it's just I mean, it's not just an insect. Apparently, it's an A rank monster, right? I mean, we knew these things were a threat to some degree, but just how much of a threat we didn't know. And we find out that it took an A rank hunter to take them down. It killed a couple of hunters, massacred civilians. So now we know just how much of a threat we're dealing with if that's just one of them, right? We also see that we're also introduced to the collaboration effort that South Korea is going to have with Japan, Japan's largest guild and Asia's second largest guild, um, the one that's run by the master Goto Ryuji. Great character design, by the way. He's that middle aged. He's giving that middle aged samurai vibes. I really wanted to know who his voice actor was. I didn't really get to hear the voice. Sometimes when you've watched anime for a long time, you can like, oh, I know him from here or there, but I can't. I'm sure if I look up the name, I should find out other works he's done. But yeah, we get to see him, and you can tell even like Chairman Gogun, he feels the aura from this dude. So he's one of the best out there, best of the best. and he's leading a guild that has 10 to 11 S rank hunters. That is crazy numbers. Like, I think for them in South Korea, they can't even do that because it monopolizes the power that they hold. But this dude has all of them under him or in his guild. So that shows just how much influence and power he and respect he commands, right? So, and they've already analyzed, the ants and their movements, and they've already come up with plans. So that shows he's also quick on the uptake. So we get to see all of that, and I'm sure we're going to see more of that in the next episode and in the arc to come, right? The raid arc. We also get to see that the shadow, as Jinwoo ascends the floors, the shadow soldiers are ranking up. And stop the show. I did not know that Egress was only considered an A rank. I mean, for all the work he put, Jinwoo through, I thought he was like S rank. I didn't think anyone could really touch him, right, at all. And that is actually crazy because when you think about it, even in the start of season 2, Jinwoo says, "I don't even know if I'm stronger than this guy." But I know he gets stronger, but just, geez. So, anyway, Igris is S rank now. So before then, he wasn't S rank apparently, but he's S rank now, and that is crazy. That is crazy. If you're already toting, S rank shadow soldiers, sky's the limit. And finally, to the meat of the whole episode is, what everyone's talking about, the famous jumping is, the fight against Demon Monarch Baran, right? And guys, that fight is a perfect example to me of what luck is, right? Because a wise man once said, preparation plus opportunity equals luck. If Jinwoo hadn't prepared himself as much as possible for that fight, that would not even, he might not even have gotten to that level. He might not even be at that floor, right? Because I think that his whole shot, you got to understand, he's the Shadow Monarch and he's fighting the Demon Monarch. This is someone on a higher level than he is. And he had to like dig into everything. Like, there was luck involved completely. If you think that was just a skill to skill issue, no, that was not a skill to skill issue. Maybe later, but in this fight, absolutely not. That was completely like lucky in the sense where he had prepared as much as possible, and he took advantage of an opportunity. Shout out to Essel. She was just trying to help her new husband, and he was able to capitalize on that. But that is serious preparation. Like, he would have easily lost that fight. Plus, if you realize, we understand it's because it's anime and because it's the way it's written, right? The dude approached, to get to this point, he's approached every situation almost like a perfect gamer. I know a lot of us, we play RPGs and stuff like Sekiro, Neo. I'm currently playing Black Myth Wukong. You know how many times we have to die to first figure things out? This guy just pretty much gets to, have it right from the jump. It's a close call, but he gets it right from the jump. And it's the amount of preparation that goes into it. And he could have just chosen to, as a necromancer, with all his shadow soldiers, he could have just chosen, I'll just chill. I'll just do the daily tests. I don't need to get too strong. I can just leave all the work to my soldiers. But this is the part of the preparation I'm talking about. And it really speaks to his character as well, because he didn't just rest on those laurels. He decided to also become strong himself, just in case he couldn't use his soldiers, and it helped out. So a lot of preparation, and finally he gets to an opportunity comes where he's able to capitalize on it, and that's just luck. That's really what luck is, right? But that is even like the allocating of strength. at the last second where he's able to allocate all that strength into his physical ability, that's tactfulness. That's using your head, right? And we see that he's not just someone who just relies on his soldiers and you know um or just tries to brawl, fight things out. The dude is very well thought of. But yeah, it was a great fight, man. The animation was crazy. The animation was so crazy, I had to rewatch it multiple times, and I had to go on Twitter for people, like, to clip out, like, usually on Twitter when you see a clip of an anime fight, it's usually, let's say, a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. They try to catch the whole scene, right? And I love that, but this was so fast paced that people were clipping like 6 seconds, 10 seconds. I'm like, oh, that's what's going on, because I didn't even know the orcs were fighting. Like, I know they're part of the soldiers, but I didn't get to even see them until someone clipped it, and I'm like, oh, so they're here. So it's like, that's how crazy and fast paced it was. The animation was amazing. Baran was exactly how you expect a monarch to be, especially, it's definitely a goal that Jinwoo can add for himself, because he's like, oh, is this? I'm a shadow monarch. This is a demon monarch. I should be at this level at some point. So it was a great episode, man. He would have died, so many times, before this, if he had chosen to just rest on his laurels, or if it was like really like a real situation, like where it's not like anime, like you're playing a game. You'd have to die to learn maybe patterns, and what works best against an enemy and stuff like that. But for the sake of anime and narration and all of that, he gets to get all the way to the 100 floors. Close calls here and there, but we got to finally see the dude struggle. I was getting a little bit worried. The last time we saw him struggle this bad was against Igris himself. So now we finally get to see him struggle a little more. But he gets the win. He comes out clutch. And the episode, there's not really too much to say. It was just that amazing. I love that it all came for this moment. All of that work, came and came in clutch for him at this moment. But that's it for me. I don't know what you guys would rate the episode, but that was a 10 out of 10 for me. It was a bit too fast paced though. It was hard to tell what was going on at first, so maybe I give it a 9.5. But what do you guys think about the episode? Let me know in the comments below. What would you rate it? What did you like? What didn't you like? And yeah, I will just let me know your thoughts in the comments below. All right, guys. I will see you in the next one. Peace.